Namaste, everybody. I'm Chi. Thank you for joining me with Divine Vibrations with Chi. This is my YouTube channel for positivity, and I am a Reiki energy healer, and I believe in the power of positivity. I believe that we are all here as divine beings for a purpose, and that the universe has all brought us to this place in time to share in our experiences and help each other grow into the best versions of ourselves. So welcome to my channel today. And my format usually is to do positive affirmations that will help you. And I let the universe guide me in how those affirmations come out. I have different affirmation cards that I use, as well as oracle cards that I use. And sometimes I use the tarot for a daily message. It just really depends on how I'm divinely guided to do so. But before we start today, I'd like for us to just have a moment of quiet and cleansing. And I usually cleanse my space with either sage or some Palo Santo, which is one of my favorites, to clear out any negative energies. So give me just a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse this space for us so that as we pull some positive energy cards. This is Palo Santo. For those of you who don't know, it is a sacred tree, and it's beautiful. It smells so great, so great. So Spirit, please bless this space that it may invite only the positive energies that are around us, that I may be guided to share with our divine nation. And thank you, universe, for being with us and giving us the gift of life. So I often cleanse my own personal space. I recommend it to a lot of people because let me just be honest with you. We as human beings, as we ambulate throughout life, whether we're going to the grocery store or we're going to an appointment or going to work or just hanging out or whatever, we encounter people that may be negative vibrations, and that sometimes we absorb in our own personal space, because let's be honest, we're human beings. We absorb the energies around us as much as we would like not to. We do, and that tends to affect us negatively, and sometimes that could derail a positive day, right? You might start out entering your day with just like a high of energy, and then all of a sudden you're out in the world and then you start to feel like the energy suckers, that's what I call them, the energy suckers of the world, sucking out your energy. And sometimes we have energy suckers in our own personal space, but let's be honest, there are people around us in the world that are energy suckers. So this is how I tend to cleanse my own personal energy field, my aura, and keep my positive energy for myself. And that is not a selfish thing. That is a necessity for each of us to be able to work towards our best self that day, right? Because if we do not keep our positive energy and our vibrations at a higher frequency, that derails us from our purpose and for what we're here to do. And each of us have a different reason why we are here on this plane, in this time frame, this planet, to accomplish something very particular and very special. And each of us are either looking for that, or we know what it is, and some of us are denying what that is to ourselves. Some of us are trying to work towards that for ourselves, and some of us are not sure what that is, right? So wherever you are on your life journey, I want you to know that you are a divine being. You are a divine soul. This body, this suitcase that you're carrying your soul in, it's only just one version of yourself. The inner being is so much more. And when you get in touch with that human being, or that inner being inside the human being, you'll see, you will open up a whole new world for yourself. So join me every day. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you get notifications of when I actually upload new videos, and join me on this amazing journey called life. And I hope I can help you find your center every day. I hope that I can dispense some positive energy your way and help you achieve your best self, even in the smallest way. So thank you so much for joining me, and I am so grateful for you being here with me and finding this video. And please share my videos too, so that other people may also find some happiness on their journey, and hopefully I bring that to you. So another way I also set the tone for my day is through sound. Sound healing is so important. So many of us listen to music, we listen to mantras, or we might listen to a particular song, and those are all ways that the universe is sharing with us a message. And some of us are listening and some of us are not. And usually, as you know, my channel name is Divine Vibrations. Usually I like to set the vibration for not only my videos, but also for me, in addition to cleansing my space. So this is a little just hand tone xylophone, and I usually like to strike it and try to absorb that positive energy. So we're going to do that right now. If you would like, you can close your eyes. I just love to listen to it. So here we go. That right there is so amazing, as it just sets the tone, literally sets the tone for my energies, and it really brings me into center. It's amazing what sound can do for us if we but just kind of allow it right in our lives. Sound has been an ancient way. A lot of people have heard of drums, and a lot of ancient cultures use sound, drums, and other musical instruments to really set their vibrations, and in a lot of tradition. So if you come from a different culture, think about that in your own culture. I am Indian and Sri Lankan, and in our culture, drums and different types of bells and music. In India, it's the sitar. And in modern day, we have taken music and incorporated it into our own lives. And it also helps to uplift us during our day. So thank you for joining me for that little tone. So let me just start with an empowering question. So sometimes, we feel not very empowered in our lives, right? Because we feel a little bit lost. We're not sure what we're doing. Right now, it's kind of a crazy time in our society. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people are transitioning to something new. A lot of people are uncertain of what's going on. And those things are all really real feelings. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to to vacillate through those types of questions, because not every day and not every moment is going to be happy. Let's be honest. And I giggle because I have to laugh at the unhappy times. Let me tell you that there have been some tremendously difficult times in my life where I wasn't sure that I could be happy, you know, with what I was doing, or I was happy with what I was doing. I felt really lost and uncertain, and in some ways I felt like, what was I doing? You know, I was upside down. Felt like Alice in Wonderland, where nothing ever made sense, right? But the one thing about Alice in Wonderland, my favorite character is the caterpillar, because he asked a very important question, a super important question. Who are you? That is a very important question. And many of us don't sit and ask ourselves that question. Many of us just go about our lives thinking we know who we are, and maybe some of us do know who we are, but who we are changes in different stages of our lives. And what we are, you know, what's important to us. So that caterpillar, he eventually turns off into a butterfly, right? So he transforms. So in a way, he asks a profound question, and then he does an amazing transformation, and he transforms himself. Although he asked that question to Alice, he transforms himself to a butterfly. And what an amazing metaphor for our own souls as we journey through life. Who are you? And then as we ask that question, are we courageous enough to help answer that question, or ask ourselves more questions? So one way I do that is through empowering questions and empowerment cards. And I try to really ask myself that question. Who am I? What am I doing with my life? Am I where I want to be? Am I at the place I want to be at? How am I getting to where I want to be? Am I doing things that are necessary and important to get to where I want to be if I'm not where I want to be? Think about that today, if you can, please. Take a few seconds and ask yourself. Stand in the mirror. I know it's kind of scary to look at yourself in the mirror. So many of us stand in the mirror, but do we really see ourselves? And sometimes we're scared to see ourselves because we're afraid of what we're going to see. But I want you to know that the more you stand in front of yourself and ask yourself, who am I? What am I here for? And am I doing the things that I need to get to where I want to be and who I want to be? You will start finding that you are going to be taking steps, and the right steps, along your life path and your journey. How do I define intentional living? Am I living an intentional life? That starts with asking myself the question, and yourself the question, who am I? Am I here just to go through life and la-di-da, just get up, go to work, you know, stop off, pick up a cup of coffee, go to work, do my grind, come back, flip on the TV and just chill and repeat, rinse and repeat? Am I here doing that? Is that what I'm here for? Or am I here for a certain intentional purpose? Am I living an intentional life? So how do I define intentional living? That I asked that question, and I'm still finding that answer. It's being here for you every day. It's being in front of you every day. Sharing my life experiences, my ups, my downs, my sideways. because I believe that I was here and brought to this time in my life to be the energy healer that I am, to share my energy with you, to help other people heal, and to help other people find their own paths by sharing my journey and my path and how I'm doing it. Not every day is a perfect day for me, but I come in here into my divine space, and sometimes I meditate. Well, I always meditate every day. But sometimes I'll have to pause because there was an energy sucker that took some of my energy away, and I needed to replenish that, right? And connect with source and with the universe and my spirit guides and recharge myself. And that is okay. That is really super important in your day. And as I asked myself that intentional living question, it's like, well, okay, so what does it mean to be living an intentional life, and how is that going to be successful? Everyone's definition of success is different, right? For my parents, it was having a really good job. My dad was an engineer. My mom was a nurse. Their definition of success was that. Having a career in one of those fields and having a good job that paid you well, that allowed you to own a house and things like that. And that's okay. Those are not bad things to desire and want to have. And if those things define success for you, then that's okay. If you feel that that is your center, if that's where you should be, that is okay. Each one of us has a different definition of success. Success is not the same for all of us. A monk, Master Shi Heng Yi, is a Shaolin monk. And you can look him up on YouTube. But he says, all of our lives are too unique to copy the paths of someone else. So true. Our success is not the same as somebody else. I am never going to be, Kelly Clarkson or Beyonce or Celine Dion or one of those beautiful singers, Whitney Houston. I just don't sing well. I sing. My daughter thinks I sing good. And I love to sing songs, but I'm not going to be an amazing, famous singer. Because I know that about myself. I know that I'm not going to be a singer. That's not where my strengths are. And so I'm not going to be someone else. I'm me. And being me is okay. Being me is awesome. So find out what is unique to you. How you can live your intentful life. And figure out your purpose and move intentionally through that. And put in different types of steps and practices and tools. That's what I say. I have different tools in my toolkit that help me to grow and be purposeful and intentful in my actions as I go through my day. And some days those tools really help me, and sometimes I need more than one tool to help me. And those are all okay. Taking a deep breath and blowing it out. That just is a simple meditation and a tool. What is my ideal definition of success? Is this definition well-rounded to include all of the important aspects of my life? What's important to you? Do you feel a calling? Do you feel like you're ignoring that calling? Do you feel like you're stuck? I sure did. For 10 years, I was in the medical field, And it wasn't like I didn't enjoy it. I loved serving other people. But I always felt like something was missing. Like I was out of sorts. And no matter what I tried, no matter what degree I went for, no matter what course I took to learn in healthcare, whether it was to try to become a nurse or later an healthcare administrator, nothing seemed to satisfy. And it was because I finally asked myself, was I living an intentful life? Was I in the right direction? And that answer was no. No. I wasn't moving in the right direction. I needed to take a step back. I needed to reevaluate what made me well-rounded in my definition of success. And the things that defined my parents and defined the people around me didn't define me. And it scared the shit out of me. Pardon my language, but it scared the shit out of me. Because I was like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I doing this if it doesn't make me happy? And that takes us to the last question here is, what are my happiest memories? And I realized what my happiest memories was when I was tapping into the flow of life. When I was tapping into the flow of the universe. And the second question to that, what are my happiest memories? How can I create more of these happy moments in my life? And that was when I decided that I needed to make a switch. Thank you, universe, for these questions. Just, it knows how to bring us together. And that right there is the truth. The universe knows how to bring everything together for you. The universe wants you to be happy. The universe wants you to succeed and find success. And the number one blockage in that is you, is me. Because we tell ourselves we can't do it. No way. How am I going to do that? There's no way. Look at what just happened in the world. The whole world came to a standstill. And every one of us were forced to ask ourselves some super important questions. And we are still asking ourselves those super important questions. What makes us happy? What defines our success? How am I living an intentful life? And how can I have more of all of that? Just take a minute to breathe that in. You are an amazing, deserved being. You didn't come here just to get up and go to work every day in a grind. You came here for a purpose. And maybe you're working a dead-end job you don't like. And maybe your dream is to do something completely different. I want you to take the time today to ask yourselves those important questions. And then I want you to take one step forward today in that direction. Even if that step forward is acknowledging that you're in the wrong place and you need to be somewhere else. And I promise you, if you continue to ask yourself questions about where your life purpose is and how you can intentfully live your life, the universe will send you the answers. And for me, it was really scary because I wasn't sure that I was listening to the right answers, right? Because I wasn't sure if my intuition was on target. Maybe the second question is help me to listen to my intuition and recognize what my intuition is telling me. We each have energy wheelhouses, our chakras. And our crown chakra is our connection to the divine. Our third eye chakra helps us to see what the divine wants us to see. Our throat chakra helps us to speak our truth. Our heart chakra helps us to feel what is our divine purpose and what we love to do most. Our solar plexus chakra helps us to feel what is true in our gut. Our sacral chakra also helps us to know what is in our gut and what is true to us. And our root chakra helps us to be grounded in our truth, in our purpose. And it is a process. It does not happen overnight. It takes a little time. And we have that time. If we just start tapping into ourselves and who we need to be. I have these crazy, sexy love notes, affirmation cards. And I just love them because they're love notes to myself. They help me tap into what I need to tap into for myself so that I know. So I'm going to share them with you today because, oops, there goes one message from the universe. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves that we didn't start the journey or we didn't ask ourselves the right questions. And that's okay, because sometimes we think, oh, well, I didn't start that. And what's the point in starting it now? Well, it's better to start late than never, because this life ain't over. So the card that popped out for the love note is forgiveness heals. That's how you start healing yourself. Just forgive yourself. It's okay that you started a little bit late. It's all right. Life's a journey. It's not about the destination. It's not about where you're going. We're all going to the same place. We're all ascending to a different level after we're done with this plane. But what we take with us is what we learn on this journey. Who we encounter, how we handled it, and especially how we handled ourselves. And we often forget how important we are. This soul inside this package is divine. Divine energy. You are all chi. You are all divine energy. And the universe wants you to achieve your highest self. So start with forgiving yourself that you haven't started. Start with forgiving yourself and heal yourself, because no one else can heal you but you. It doesn't matter what you've done and what you haven't done. What matters is right now. What are you going to do right now? So I'm going to read this and then we're going to end for today. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. That's amazing. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. Our health and happiness is paramount. It is dependent on our ability to forgive ourselves and grow from that. If we are stuck in the energy of, I can't, I don't know how, it's too late, those are all defeating energies. I heard a quote from, I think it's John Wooden, Don't worry about what you cannot do. Focus on what you can. So today, take that first step. Forgive yourself. Start asking some important questions about your own happiness. And I promise you, the universe will start to give you the answers you're looking for if you start asking the right questions. But it starts with you, healing you. And if you need the help of somebody, don't be afraid to reach out and ask. Because I know it is tough. I myself have been through some amazingly tough times in my life. And it took a lot to ask somebody for help. But I have sought out counseling. I have sought out friends and support groups. And I hope that you too will, if that is what you need. You are worthy. And remember this affirmation. You are worthy of happiness and love. Repeat that. I am worthy of happiness and love. And mantra that. Take that with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for your energy and you joining my channel. Please, if you like my content, like and subscribe my videos and hit the notification bell so that you can get updates to new videos. And thank you again for joining me on my channel with Divine Vibrations with Chi. Namaste.